You're listening to Sip and Grow the podcast, the show where we taste awesome, delicious wines while having unfiltered conversations about our passions, experiences, struggles, entrepreneurship, and life. My name is Nicole Di Pasquale, and I'm a wine enthusiast just trying to pursue her passions and dreams while taking you on the journey with me, one episode at a time. My ultimate goal is to not only bring you wine knowledge and value, but also inspire you to enjoy your process and journey in pursuing your passions and dreams. Because guess what? The person you become while enduring the process is more important. So sit back, grab a glass, and let's sip and grow together. Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Sip and Grow with me, your host, Nicole Di Pasquale. Today it's a little hot outside, and we decided to film right smack in the middle of the day, but it's fine. If I start sweating, if you see some golfers behind me, just ignore them. They're here with us. They just don't get to taste wine. So today I have a very special wine. It is something that I came across in a liquor store. I was in the store trying to buy a wine for my friend's birthday because we were celebrating his birthday at his house, and I saw some cool, interesting things there. So I was like, let's buy it and let's try it out. Let's share it on the pod. And here we are. So first and foremost, if you look at this bottle, it does not look like a normal bottle. It's actually a like natural clay bottle. So it's made of natural clay. And it had I had it in the fridge, so it's a little sweaty because I didn't have time to put it in my, what's it called? My cooler, my wine cooler. So we got it to the temperature it needed to real quick. But I think it might be, I don't know. We'll see when we taste the wine. I think it might be too cold, but it's okay. We're outside. It's sweating. It might be perfect by the time I pour it. But anyways, I thought the bottle was cool because not only was it made of clay, but it had like an artwork in the front of it. And I was like, well, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a story behind it that's has to do with why they put this in the front, which of course there is. And I'm here to share it with you. But this bottle actually cost me $22, I believe. It was between $22 to $25. I'll see if I can find it online and link it in the show notes, so that you guys can buy it and try it, or you can look for it in your local liquor store, whatever works for you. But this is actually from the south of France, and it says it at the top, Sud de France, which means south of France. And it's from a region called Languedoc. Languedoc there's like two sections. It's in the south of France, like I said, and it's along the coastal Mediterranean strip. And like right next to it, there's another region called Roussillon, I believe is how you say it. But they're like right next to each other. And if you guys remember, a previous episode, it was episode 22 when I talked about the Pope's wine. We talked about a region called Avignon. So Avignon is actually located, it's still in the south of France, but it's a little bit higher than where this wine is located, which is in Languedoc. And Languedoc is like right here. So the reason why this like artwork in the front is basically paying homage to, this is what I read online, but they basically are paying homage to the vineyard because the vineyard has been there forever, basically. And it's paying homage to it being a witness to different civilizations, because it's been there for like thousands of years. And it is a red blend, and the producer's name is Gerard Bertrand. So the red blend consists of Grenache, Syrah, and Mourvèdre. I can't say this, but it's spelled Mourvedre. And if you remember Chateauneuf du Pape the Popes episode, episode 22, that's actually those 3 grapes that are used for this red blend are also used in a Chateauneuf du Pape. So I have high hopes for this wine because I love myself a Chateauneuf du Pape. So I think this is going to taste good. We'll see what happens when we open it. But other than that, this is a 2016 vintage. And the bottle is kind of made how back when like the Greeks and the Romans had like those clay jars with the 2 handles. It's the same material that's made for this. So other than that, other things about this specific wine, they hand harvest in this particular producer and region. They tend to hand harvest, and they do a late harvest between like the end of September till like mid-October is the time frame that they harvest. And the reason that they do this is because they want to get the grapes at like optimal ripening, and they will get like extract the flavors, like just to get the best ripened grape basically, and to get the best flavors out of the grapes. Then once they harvest the grapes, they do maceration in stainless steel tanks for about 15 to 20 days, and then they rack the wine and transfer it into barrels for about 8 months. So the wine we're going to taste basically was in oak barrels for about 8 months, and then they bottled it. I think this is going to be interesting because I guess we're going to taste the difference of preservation for a wine in clay versus a wine in like a clay bottle versus a wine in a glass bottle, because I'm assuming it's probably a lot different. I don't know. We'll see. We're going to open this up. There's like some cork residue here, I think. I don't know. Anyways, actually, so another thing I wanted to touch on today was intentionality, because I came across this quote on Instagram, shenanigans, that I thought was fire.com. So I was like, why not share it? But it basically says, intention is nothing without action, but action is nothing without intention. And I was like, damn, mic drop, like, or cork drop, I should say. Because that's so true. Like, I recently have, I don't like the smell of this, but we're gonna keep going. I think it's so important to be intentional in everything that you do, whether it be like your career, your business, whatever it is. And I feel like with intentionality, there's 2 important factors for me, at least. I think that the 2 most important factors with intentionality is self-awareness and boundaries. Why do I say this? Because I think first and foremost, in order for you to be intentional in everything that you do, you need to be self-aware and understand yourself, and know what you're doing that's affecting you from being more intentional in your day-to-day. Because with intentionality comes you being more present in the moment that you're in at that time, right? So in order for you to be intentional, you have to be right there in that moment, because if not, then your intention is not going to be, it's not going to aid in your growth or lead you towards where you want to go with whatever goals you set. Because in order to fulfill your goals, or like to meet your goals, or create the life that you want to create, you have to be intentional, and you have to take action in order for those intentions to come to fruition. So I found the quote spot on and very interesting. And I think with like I said, there's 2 important things, right? So self-awareness is knowing yourself enough to know what you need to change and grow from, or what you need to work on in order to be more intentional in your life. And then the second thing is boundaries. Boundaries are so important because, you know, if you can be super intentional. You can write down all your goals. You can write down what you need to do for those goals. You can start taking actions towards everything that you need to do in order to set those goals or fulfill those goals. But if you don't have any boundaries, then there's going to be things in your day-to-day life that are going to stop you from being able to take the actions necessary in order to be more intentional and reach the goals that you want to reach. Because you can be, let's say you're trying to run a half marathon. You can be intentional and be like, okay, we're going to start a running plan. You already got the running plan down packed. I'm going to run, I don't know, I'm just putting this as an example, 3 times a day. Sorry, not 3 times a day. That's crazy. 3 times a week. And then you're going to do rest days within the week that you're not running and strength training days. And like you have this whole training plan mapped out. And then all of a sudden you go to work and then your coworkers want to hang out after work. And then you're just like, oh no, but I can't because I have to run in the morning, because you have to get up early to do what you need to do in order to like train in the morning and then go to work or whatever it is. But then you're like, you know what, this one time I'm gonna let it slide. So then you go out, you let it slide, you wake up late for your training, and then you end up maybe not doing it. And then that's when it all starts to go like downhill from there. I'm not saying that you can't go out with like your friends or, whatever it is, because life does happen and you just kind of have to go with it. But if you set out to train in the morning, don't let other things that, come at you from like left field get you off that track. Because if they are getting you off that track, if random things that happen in your life get you off track of where you're trying to go, then you're not being intentional with your life. So it's all about making sure that you're doing what you need to do. And if there's certain outside factors that are affecting you from doing what you need to do, then you need to set those boundaries. And setting those boundaries doesn't mean that like you're not gonna have friends or like people aren't gonna want to hang out with you, because boundaries are there for a reason, because they're gonna actually filter out the people that are not supposed to be in your life, and then they're gonna show you the people that want to be a part of your life. Because anyone that loves you and cares for you is gonna understand that you're doing what you need to do to accomplish your goal or your dream or whatever you're working towards, and they're gonna be like, it's all good, just let me know when the next time is, like we can hang out or whatever the case may be. So with that said, let's go ahead and try this wine out. Okay, well, the pouring situation is a 4 out of 10. Don't recommend. Did that drip outside? It didn't. It didn't drip outside. So first and foremost, the color is more on like the garnet red side than the ruby red side, which I'm excited about. Let's see. Oh, I'm getting like red fruits like cherry, vanilla on the nose, peppery, and almost like bay leaf too is up in there. And like pomegranate for sure. Let's go ahead and try it out. Ooh, I like this wine. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. So definitely get the hints of vanilla with strawberry mostly, and like dark cherry for sure. I'm also getting like, it's more on the tannic side than the acidic side. So if you're not like huge on tannic wines, I wouldn't recommend this, because it kind of like lingers in the back of your throat and then goes down. So it's not super smooth, but it's not as intense as like a Chianti Classico. I would say it's a little bit less intense than a Chianti Classico, but it definitely has its like oakiness, tannic taste to it. And hold on, let me. It does that thing where it like lingers on your tongue and then goes down. I personally love how this wine tastes. I would say it's a 7.5 out of 10. The only reason I'm going to say that is because this one came out like tastes really good. I just don't think like this bottle for sure I'm going to have to finish it tonight because I don't think like preserving wine in this is a good idea. But that might just be something like, I don't know, that might just be me. So I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10. I would definitely buy it again, or I think it's like a cool gift to give to someone, especially if it's someone that likes wine. But if you're not into like tannic wines that are medium bodied, because this is definitely medium bodied wine, that kind of linger in your tongue and then go down, then I wouldn't recommend this. But if you're like a Chianti Classico fan, I think you would really like this. It's just more on the fruity, spicy side of things versus the like peppery, like leather peppery side of things, if that makes sense. Because I even got like a lot of hints of like cranberry, vanilla, black pepper, and yeah, it's like very heavy on the dark red fruits, and then like a hint of vanilla and pepper. That's it, you know? But anyways, let me know if you get to try this wine. Let me know how it tastes, if it's a 10 out of 10 in your book or if it's a 0 out of 10. For me, it's a 7.5 out of 10. It's not terrible, but it's not the best wine I've ever drank. But I would buy it again and I would drink it again. And I'm going to be intentional and drink the rest of this. And no, I'm just kidding. For real though, I hope that you are intentional with everything you do on your day-to-day basis, because I truly think like the more intentional you are with your life, the more peaceful and happier you're gonna live, and you're gonna start opening up doors for yourself that you would have never imagined would be open for you, because you're being intentional with living the best life you can live for yourself and attracting in what is ultimately meant to be in your life. So with that said, cheers to another episode, and I'll see you on the next one.